Every invention ever created by man started with a thought. Welcome to the Wanna Be Mindful podcast. I'm Sean, and I'm here with my co-host Jarrod. How are you today, Jarrod?
Doing fantastic, Sean. Another great day on God's green earth, let me tell you.
Great to hear.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Doing great as well. Feeling spectacular, actually. And we're here talking about a crazy and exciting topic. What are we talking about today, Jarrod?
It appears we are talking about a law that benefits you. It doesn't restrict your driving privileges or, what you do on your free time.
Right.
It only enhances your life. We're talking about the law of attraction. Law of attraction, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a universal law, and it's a beautiful thing that exists in our world today.
Yes. So let's start it off. What is the law of attraction?
The law of attraction basically is something created in the world. It's universal energy. And let me just say, basically, what you think about is what you bring into your life. So, for example, if you're thinking about how much debt you have all the time, you're thinking about problems, like things that you need to solve in your life. You're focusing on the problems and not solutions, then you're going to attract more of those problems. That's basically what the law of attraction is about.
What type of problems are we talking about here?
So, for example, some problems you can have are relationship problems. When your significant other, all you're focusing is why do they do this? Why do they put their, you know,
Why
um
do they wash the dishes with laundry detergent?
that could be it. Something that a pet peeve that could bother you, you start focusing on the bad traits and not really paying attention to the good stuff that they do and the good attributes that they have.
So basically, she may wash the dishes with laundry detergent, but she may give you the best tummy rubs in the world.
Something like that. That's right. So focus on the tummy rubs and
Tummy
you'll start
rubs.
to be more grateful. Start to be a little more happier, more appreciative because if you're just focusing on all the negative things that your partner does, you're going to that's all that they're going to do it more. That's all you're putting your full attention to. So that's just one example. That's relationship. Same goes for money.
Hmm.
If you're focusing on how much money you don't have or like how many bills you have to pay and what's going to happen next, then you're going to attract more
Worrying
of
about
that.
retirement
Yeah.
and saving a lot of money, and instead of focusing on that, focus on what you can do in the present moment and focus on what you do have rather than what you don't have. And that could clear up your mind a bit on what you need to do in your life and what you can do in this current moment.
That's right. So basically, the law of attraction is beautiful because it can also be used as a positive reinforcement to your life. Basically, if there's negative, there's positive. So the law of attraction is not biased. It doesn't really hear negative or positive thoughts. What it
It's a law. It's a law. Like, we don't predict how it works. It works as a law. It's a
That's right.
universal law that works as it will.
That's right. So whatever your thoughts are, whether they're negative or positive, whatever you're thinking on a daily basis, you're going to be attracting to your life. This is just science about it. So if like the law of gravity, right? If you jump off a building, the law of gravity doesn't care if you're a good person or a bad person. You're still going to hit the ground the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So the law of attraction works the same way. If you're thinking about negative thoughts all the time, you're going to attract negativity to your life. If you expect negative results, you're going to get negative results. If you expect there to be no money in your bank account when you open it because you just paid a bunch of bills, then that's what you already brought into existence. You're expected to see that number.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you change it, make a shift in your mindset and your belief system and your feelings, and you expect wealth, you expect abundance, you be grateful for what you have and already act grateful for having wealth, then that frequency gets set out into the universe and it is made attracted. It starts attracting to your life.
Mm-hmm.
The more you tell yourself, the more you believe it, because the way that our brains work, and we talked about this a little bit on the subconscious episode, is
Yes.
that you can actually convince yourself. You can trick your mind by just repeating it on a daily basis, just saying it out loud. Your body hears it. So you say it consciously to your body, your mind, and subconscious. Take it all in. Everything you think about, everything you say on a daily basis, it piles up. So if you keep telling yourself that you're a wealthy person, that you're a great guy, you're a great girl, you're in perfect shape, and you're positive all the time, you're grateful, you start saying that every day, you're going to start turning into that attractive person. You're going to attract those wealthy things, those grateful and happy moments into your life. That's what the law of attraction is. The law of attraction is what you think you become. Thoughts are powerful. They have frequencies. And the last thing I want to say before I let you go is that let's break it down Barney style, like I like to do. So let's take the universe. We have a whole universe. And we live in a galaxy. We live in a solar system. We live on a planet. We live in a country. We live in a city. We live in a town, a house. We're humans, right? We have organs inside of our bodies.
Hopefully.
Inside those organs, we have cells that come together to make up that organ. Inside those cells, we have molecules that set up those cells. Under the molecules, we have atoms. And what's under the atom? That's the last part of it. We're made up of atoms. Everything's made up of atoms. Under atoms is energy vibrating at super high speeds, just vibrating. Everything is vibrating. Every piece of equipment, mass, anything made of mass is vibrating.
Mm-hmm.
So when you feel and your thoughts, you can make thoughts with your brain. You're sending out frequencies. You're sending out vibration. Ever heard of good vibes? Good vibes, bad vibes. Those are real. That's real stuff because it's vibrations that you send out around you. It's like a signal.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that scientifically. And it makes sense that if you think about something 24/7 and you start believing it, you start convincing yourself, that thing that you're thinking about is going to come into your life. It's going to be attracted in.
Mm-hmm. So breaking it down to the simplest form of what we are and how we've started is basically energy. So if the basic smallest parts of us is like pure energy, what you're saying, then you are just one big energy ball,
Yes.
and whatever you radiate out into the world is going to be radiated to you. And those were very good points, though. And I want to talk a little bit about. I mean, you really covered it well there.
Thank you, sir.
The consistency, and we've talked about this a little bit. The consistency in doing it. So, if you can train your mind to, this also does go into the subconscious. If you can train your mind into attracting the positive things of going outside your door first thing in the morning, and rather than being like, crap, I got to go to work, you say, like, heck yeah, I I get to go out and live another day. I get to see new things. I get to meet new people. I get to do whatever I want. But it's how I look at the world. And so you can start by walking and saying, thank you, looking at the beauty in the world, or you can start by saying, shit, I'm late. I got all this on my agenda today. I got to be with this person today. I have to work with him and he sucks. He doesn't know his job. So if you train your mind to naturally start going to the positive, to attract the positive into your life by being that vibrant aura, by having that vibrance about yourself that is constantly looking at the good and the positive and the beneficial, then naturally you're going to bring that in because that's the only thing you're radiating out. And if you stop putting the negative stuff in, then naturally you're going to stop living such a negative life. You're not going to be thinking about the negatives. You're only going to be thinking about the positives. And it can be a beneficial thing. And yeah, consistency. You got to consistently do it, practice it in your life. And that can go to our methods of being able to do it. There are methods to do this. You can apply it into your own life by doing and applying different things. And one thing that we do is like affirmations. So set a timer throughout the day every hour, every 2 hours, in the morning when you wake up, or even at night when you go to sleep. Say a few things to yourself over and over to repeat that thought in your head. And if you are naturally a negative person and naturally look at the bad side of things and don't know where to start, you can just start by saying these phrases over and over in your head again. And you may not believe it right away. It may be a struggle. But if you just do the act of saying it over and over, then you're going to train your mind to start naturally thinking of that. It's going to habitually think of it over and over. So if you say phrases that you want to be, the person you want to be, the things you want to attract in your life, and the person, yeah, that you essentially want to be, then you're going to do it. It's going to naturally fold over if you consistently stay with the process and consistently attract what you want.
And that's what's so fucking cool about it is because you can practice. It's practice, practice,
Mm-hmm.
train. Like you can take it into your own hands and work on it every day, build it up, upgrade. So that's what makes it really cool because if you are a negative person, like Jared said, fear not because a negative thought compared to a positive thought, a negative thought is 100 times less powerful than a positive thought is. And a positive feeling like love and gratitude, those feelings, when you get a feeling of love, that feeling is so much more powerful than any negative feeling of anger or fear or anxiety. So that should come for you if you usually have a negative mindset. And when you notice yourself feeling negative or just worried, anxious, fearful, angry at times, notice it. Like be mindful enough to notice it and make that shift. Make a positive shift in your mind, in your feeling, and your thought process. Um, yeah,
Yeah, and it's like if you're a daredevil and you have to jump these tall skyscrapers, and you got a dirt bike and you're revving your engine and you're ready to go across those buildings to be, put on YouTube and make millions of dollars because you do this crazy stunt. And so if you think of the ways that you're going to mess up and die, then chances are you're going to attract that to you. You're going to be thinking mostly about messing up. But I guarantee you, a lot of them and why they do it and why they're good, they're able to break past that point. Think of going to the other side, thinking of being confident and making it, making those big bucks and getting across those buildings. And they're able to do that. They're able to attract the positive, think of just the good rather than the bad,
right.
and it makes them good. They jump that building to make it across, no
Great point.
scratches.
Great point. And for those people that might be skeptical about the law of attraction, there is some scientific evidence that we've brought to the table here, and it's quite simple. Have you ever heard of the placebo effect?
A little bit, a little
Well,
bit.
I'll tell you what it is.
All right.
The placebo effect is very well known scientific term for when a bunch of patients who had an illness, a real illness, were given a pill, just a sugar pill. It wasn't anything, any real medicine, but they were told that it was going to cure their illness, and they were told it. They believed it, and they took the sugar pill, and slowly and surely, their illness left their body, just got exterminated out of their body because of how much belief. That's where the power of belief came. They believed that this medicine was going to work. They thought it was going to work. The belief and thought came together, and boom, what do you know? The illness is gone, and they didn't even receive real medicine. Basically, this story tells us that your body is a product of your thoughts, of your mind. Mind and body go hand in hand, hand in hand. So if you are thinking that you're a healthy person all the time, like you have healthy thoughts, and you project that to yourself often, then you won't get as sick as much as somebody else does when somebody else is thinking about an illness or afraid of getting sick, or they do have an illness and that's all they're focused on. They're just researching their illness, or they're just giving it so much focus, so much attention that it's just going to stay in their life and be more attracted to the life. That's how the law of attraction works. If you give attention and focus to something, the law of attraction is going to say, here you go. This is what you've been focused on and want. Like, we're just going to give you more. That's just the sad reality about it.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, that also reminds me of this other study that was done where basically these people needed the same surgeries and they were split up into two groups. Like 10 people on this side, 10 people on the other side. 10 people got the surgery and 10 people didn't get the surgery, but they were told that they got the surgery. So they go through the whole process, they all get knocked out, and they wake up getting told that they all had the same surgery and that there would be a recovery stage. They would have to recover. And they, once they believed that they did have the surgery, then afterwards, they just, went home, recovered, had that thought and belief in their mind that they did actually recover. And sure enough, their mind was convinced, and it was the same effects as the other group that actually got the surgery. And that just also solidifies that thought that you had on how powerful your mind is and the placebo effect working in action. So, great thoughts.
yep, mind and body go hand in hand. And that's not saying that the law of attraction is going to just magically bring you things. If you're thinking thoughts, let's say, for example, that you want to lose weight and you keep thinking, I want to lose 30 pounds, 30 pounds, and you're just thinking like, constant thoughts of losing weight, but your actions are contradicting the thought. So you're thinking these thoughts, but you're going out and you're eating McDonald's and you're getting that double cheeseburger from who knows, Cookout, some shakes.
Mm-mm-mm.
If your actions are contrasting the thoughts and your intentions, then obviously you're not going to make it anywhere. You're not going to bring into your life. Law of attraction, it gets boosted when you use your actions are in line with your thoughts and your beliefs, and that is how you can attract real things into your life.
Mm-hmm.
You make your own reality.
Mm-hmm. They correlate, and once they correlate, that is the attraction working hand in hand, one together, uniting and fighting. So, yeah.
And another thing about the law of attraction is there is no real time sense in the law. Like, a lot of people think they can just think of $1 million and get it the next day, but the law of attraction, time is no what's the word I'm looking for, Jared?
Time is just not how it works for you.
It's not a matter of fact. It's not time related, I guess. The
Okay.
more you think about things, the better chance it'll come to you sooner or later. But there's no guarantee. There's no like time, specific time where something is going to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Maybe in some cases, but it's all about consistency and practice and belief. You really need to believe it because you can be saying thoughts and not truly believing it, or not like feeling like you're just saying them mundanely, and it's just not as powerful as if you're saying it and you have the feeling of gratefulness and happiness from it. You're thinking like, think thoughts of you actually having whatever you want to attract your life, whether it's a new car. Think of that car, think about how it looks inside. Vision,
Mm-hmm.
visualizing is like a huge part of the law of attraction, right?
Mm-hmm. 100%.
So visualizing something in your brain. I mean, that's what's so cool about the brain is that we can picture things by just closing our eyes and seeing, creating, like imagination, using imagination and creating a future and attracting it into our lives.
Yeah, visualization is a powerful technique, and it kind of goes with the dreaming thing because you'll remember some dreams, but if you visualize with your eyes closed, your mind can't decipher sometimes what is real and what is not. That's how we can lucid dream, as we've made a whole episode on that. And so you're able to go into your mind and control its thoughts, visualize what you want, and your mind's not going to pick up on what's real and what isn't. It's just thinking of what is actually going on, and you can convince it that it is real. You can try and convince yourself to that you are driving that dream car. And I'm not saying to just live a life of fantasy and just only think about it. You actually got to put in action, but this can show your mind and start to make your mind believe in what is possible for you. And so if you go down that route of visualizing and make it a habit, then it will be brought onto you. And just like you were talking about before, like things aren't just going to happen in your life just because you start believing in it one day. Like if at 19 years old you start believing in that dream car is gonna come into your life, then you've spent like 18 years thinking that it's impossible, and then 1 year thinking that it is possible. And so it's going to take some time to convince your mind, and that goes with consistently doing it. If you consistently do it from thereafter, then your mind is going to start working in that direction. It's not going to be the same way that it was thinking about how difficult it is and how it's never going to happen. So it takes a little bit of time to convince your mind to change it in the way that you want. And you can do that by visualization and the affirmations, but it takes time. You got to believe in the process, do the work to convince yourself of it, and yeah, just don't think that it's going to be right away. Everything takes time. Have patience and believe in the process.
Patience is a great virtue. And to go off what you're saying, yeah, if you're want to attract more money into your bank account and you just paid a whole bunch of bills, so now you've seen your balance and you're like, okay, this is what I have right now. And then you close that app on your phone that showed you your bank account and you visualize $1,000 into your bank account and you're visualizing it, you're asking for it, you're attracting it, you're using your thoughts and your beliefs. And basically your brain is also like, haha, you're not gonna fool us. Like we just saw, you just paid all these bills. Like that's the reality. So it's a tennis match. You got to go back and forth with your brain, with what it already knows and what you're trying to attract and belief. You got to go back and forth. You got to be consistent, like Jared said, and you got to take time and enjoy the journey of it. Enjoy each day. And I feel like a lot of people keep asking me, or I keep hearing people around me say like, "Oh my God, it's only 2 o'clock right now. The day's going so slow." And the real secret to making a day go faster is really being in the present moment and being in a moment where you're not doing anything and you're bored and it's going by so slow. Right there's an opportunity to start manifesting. Right there's an opportunity to start thinking the thoughts that you want to attract and start shifting your brain into that mindset.
The positives, the people around you, the conversations that you could have, the weather, how you're feeling, just the feeling of gratitude. You can put all those things in your life, and once you start to focus on those, or even the job at hand, something that could enhance your life or enhance your productivity at work, then you're going to start thinking about those things and not the time. And if you just continually think about the time, it's going to feel slower. You're going to be thinking about time and how slow it goes. And so go the other way. Think about how nice it is, what you can do, what you can achieve, and how to make your day better. Because once you do that and you appreciate the things around you and the people around you, if you realize that and then can be in that present moment, then naturally you're going to remember your day better and be much more appreciative of it and live in the now better.
Absolutely. So whatever you put your attention to is what you're going to attract into your life.
hmm
And that is just the fact about it.
So I wanted to ask you. You said if you got $1 million, or not a million, $1,000 just plugged into your account, what would you do with it?
What I would do with it.
Yeah,
Um, is this like a personal question we're going into?
yeah, yeah. Whatever you want. You get $1,000. You know, the The lords of the sky, the minion people, they give you $1,000.
Give
What are
me a
you doing
thousand
with it?
dollars. I'm gonna save it. Gonna keep saving.
All of it?
Nope, I'm gonna spend some on marketing the podcast because that's what this bad boy deserves. And I
A
want to
wanna be mindful podcast?
thank you. If you're still listening, you are real. Um, yeah. What about you? What would you do? $1,000 just comes in your bank account and you just manifest it. Oh, and before you answer, part of the law of attraction is not to worry about the how part. Like, how are you going to get $1,000? How, when I only get paid from work, like how the hell am I going to just get $1,000 into my bank account? The law of attraction works in mysterious ways, and it's not up to you to figure out how you're going to get it. It's up to you to feel like you've already received it and to attract it into your
To
life.
change that mindset, because it's your mind that's holding you back, and it's your mind that's going to send you over. So it starts with you. If you don't believe it in yourself, it's not going to happen to you. You're naturally going to send it away rather than attract it into you. So
That's right. So basically, what I'm trying to say right there is that you need to not worry about how things are going to happen. You just need to understand that you're going to get that $1,000 in an unexpected way, something you didn't even think of, because that's how the law of attraction works. It works in mysterious ways. A friend could have donated you $1,000 because they hit the lottery. Something could have happened. You don't know how, but just feeling the feeling of it happening, feeling the gratitude and the love and the happiness that you would feel by seeing $1,000 in your bank account when you just paid a bunch of bills and you're broke. I mean, that feeling, harness it, really capture it, visualize it. Boom, that's a powerful signal sending out to the universe, and you're on the right track. You're going to keep attracting every day. You practice. Practice makes perfect. You keep practicing, keep changing who you are
baby steps.
by speaking the affirmations and things you want to manifest. And one thing that really helps your dreams come true is a vision board. So if you put a vision board up of the house you want, the car you want, the job you want, the body you want, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest into your life, bring about. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be those things. Having a vision board that you wake up every day to and you look at and you consciously stare at and you say in your heart and in your thoughts that that is going to be a part of your life, you've attracted it, you've received it, and you're grateful for having it, then it's going to come to you. That is the law of attraction. It's universal law, and that's just how it works. Belief is the main part of this law.
Belief. I think I would get a little dirt bike, one of those little bikes. You know what I'm saying? Like that has an engine.
Those are cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I'd be tempted to invest it, but those are pretty badass as well. So it'd be a tough situation to come across, of course. But random $1,000, um, or you can make a toilet paper roll out of money. That'd be a flex, but
That's right. So
law of attraction.
the
You can
law,
attract a toilet paper roll of money into your life.
you could visualization.
You can attract anything. And that's a beautiful thing about it.
And if you notice the people around you, and you notice their negative habits, negative mindsets, ego holding them back, everything about them, that's just how their mind is nothing but that,
It's
because
conditioned that way.
it's conditioned that way. Perfectly said. That's just how life has been for them. They've never really took time to understand that this law exists and it's out there if you go searching for it. Me and Jared found it on our pursuit of self-improvement. Like, we're trying to improve our lives and better our the versions of ourselves.
Hmm.
And here we are talking about something so beautiful, so cool, so great and awesome and exciting.
Hmm.
Like,
It's like you go down this journey, and then this is just another tool in your tool chest.
exactly.
This isn't the only thing along the journey, but it's another tool. Among other things, among building your subconscious habits and all these different things. then it's just you throw the law of attraction in there, and it's just another thing that you can consistently think about and consistently fall back on. And when it boils over into everything else, it's just, another asset to you. It's another tool that you can bring out for your choosing and your liking, and you apply it to yourself. And there will be times that it will be very useful to you, and that it may be the most valuable tool in the tool chest at the time. And so that's why going down this journey and finding these different techniques and different applicable things to your life can just add a bunch of different points to it and a bunch of different additions to your mind, your mindset, and how you walk about life. So
Perfectly said. So that is the law of attraction, and don't take our word for it. If you want to learn more, go on, do your own research, look up videos, look up articles, books. There's a lot of material covering the law of attraction. And I mean, it is such an exciting topic to talk about. I love talking about it. So, do you have anything else you want to add, Jared?
no, yeah, like you said, do your own research, do the work that it requires to have the law of attraction and believe in it, because it can be an asset to your life. And you want to be somebody that attracts positivity, not negativity. So have that vibrant aura and live your life how you want to live it. Attract the life that you want to live.
I agree with that. So, to review what we've said, keep your actions in line with what you're trying to manifest. That's a big one. Keep your thoughts in line with your beliefs and make them hand in hand. If you have negative thoughts, because we all do at times, we all have doubt and negative emotions and thoughts, just notice them and make the shift right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be it.
Yeah. If you focus on what you don't want, then you're going to increase it. If you focus on what you do want, you're going to increase that. Boom, bada bing. Law of attraction, baby.
If you made it this far, I love you.
I also love you.